Hello, friends. Pastor Amy here from Southgate United Methodist Church. It's Wednesday, August 3rd. Can you believe it's already August? Summer just seems to be zipping on by, and pretty soon school's going to be starting, and we'll be feeling that first bite of fall's uh, chill in the air and all of that. But change in the seasons is going to be happening soon, which after this the heat wave we've been getting, it'll be nice. Really enjoyed the block party yesterday evening. For those of you who made it out to the church for that, great time to spend with our neighbors and enjoying some music and time with other people. So that was a great time. Looking ahead to this Sunday, we're starting a new series. And we're going to be doing a deep dive into one book of the Bible, 1 Thessalonians. I have no doubt that you've been thinking to yourself, I really want to learn more about 1 Thessalonians. I just want to know what it says. And yeah, I'm kidding. I'm really kidding. How many of you wake up in the morning just super curious about what the book of 1 Thessalonians has to say, right? But believe it or not, there's really a lot of good advice in there from the Apostle Paul to Christians in that day in a community, building their community of faith. And there's still even advice in there that we can assimilate for ourselves in our Christian life, in our faith journey, believe it or not, over 2,000 years later. One of the things we'll be talking about this Sunday is how to handle criticism, because Paul had a lot of criticism he had to deal with, as well as the early Christians. And how do you deal with criticism? Because it is a fact of life. We all, at some point in our lives, receive criticism. And the first thing we do when we receive criticism is have to decide, is it constructive criticism, helpful criticism, advice that we should take seriously and incorporate into our practices or whatever? Or is it destructive criticism? Is it feedback that is meant to harm or be a stumbling block in some way? I'll give an example of constructive criticism, something that helped me early on when I was a minister, when I was early on in learning to preach and presenting myself in a professional way. I got some feedback from a congregation member that as I was preaching, I was messing with my hair a lot. At that time, I was growing my bangs out and it was just kind of hanging in my face, and I kept doing this while I was preaching. And she came up to me just privately and said, if you could do something about your hair, because messing with it up there is just a real distraction. And, I could have taken offense to that, but I thought this was well-intentioned and helpful feedback, because something I was doing up front was distracting people from hearing a message that I thought was important for people to hear. So I took that seriously, and I made sure that I had a headband or something to keep my hair where it needed to be so that I wasn't messing with it. That was helpful, constructive criticism given by somebody who wanted to see me succeed. There's forms of destructive criticism, feedback given by people who want you to see you fail, or who want to say things to discredit you so that others will not take you seriously. And that's the kind of criticism that Paul is responding to in his letter to the people in Thessalonica. And he's telling them, in the face of this criticism, don't give up. So we're going to hear a little more this Sunday about what was going on at that time, what was the criticism, what were the challenges they faced, and how did they keep going, and how can we use that as inspiration today for when we face situations where we are unfairly criticized, or when we're told things or have things said about us that are unfair, and are attempts to discredit us. We just keep going. That's essentially what Paul has to say for us. So I'm looking forward to a great discussion about this with all of you. And I hope you're having a great week, staying cool out there, drink your water, and remember that God loves you. So do I. And I'll see you Sunday. Take care.